Hey everybody! There we go. I'm going to actually bring this down just a little bit in case you're coming on. Sorry. That did not work as well as I thought. I had played with my camera a little bit yesterday for something else that I was doing. So we'll just do that. Okay. So there we go. And I'll just get my channel up as well so that I can talk to you. That'll take just a minute. Happy Saturday afternoon. I have had a lovely actual day. I had to had a lovely actual day. I had to drop some stuff off to my stepson and daughter-in-law because they have 4 kids, and there's a diabetic mama who lives with them, and they couldn't get any Clorox wipes, so I actually found some for them. So I did that, and actually they were outside when I got there, so I got to see everybody running around, which was really nice, but with a lot of social distance. So anyway, happy Easter, if early Easter if you're watching this on Saturday with me, or happy Easter if it's tomorrow or later tonight. So I'm going to scrapbook this photo of my great nephew. He is standing on the sides of the step here, not the other side, because this is his dad sitting over there on the actual part of the step he should have been on. And his mom sent me this picture because he was giving her gray hair. And it's a little blurry, but I think that doesn't matter so much. I think it's important to scrapbook photos that are important to you, whether they're good ones or not. So I'm going to do that. Earlier in the week, I did a video that I ended up having to take down because one of my subscribers told me that I accidentally showed my address, and there's no way to edit it, and I guess I would be easy to find. I mean, who isn't nowadays, right? But I don't want to make it that easy. So the main thing I bought in that freeze was this Echo Park All Boy collection. And I bought the collection pack, which is the stickers and paper, and then added the die cuts and the two chipboard sheets as well. And then I bought extra paper too. So I thought, let's dive into this, and you can see me work with it even though you now can't see the live stream. And that's basically what I bought. I did buy some enamel dots that I didn't have a color of. I bought a pen, but that was basically it. So, hey Barbara, happy Easter to you as well too. So let's kind of go through the papers and see. I love Echo Park because they do all sorts of really awesome plaids. And they have a lot of these sort of tone-on-tone plaids as well. Now this could be an interesting background or something just because of the banister in is kind of the same color. I do love that plaid though, so I'm going to put that aside. But that is something that, you know, I could do something with that. Ooh, that is kind of busy though. I suppose I could challenge myself to make it work. So lots of really awesome tone-on-tone plaids here. Here's the cards. Just wanted to see if there's anything. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Well, at the end of Mama's comfort zone anyway, right? This is really a nice kind of plaid as well too. And it would be sort of a nice way to kind of moderate this one a little bit. The one thing about this paper though is there's a lot going on in the photo besides just him, so I'm thinking I'm probably not going to use this. I'm going to put it aside though. Part of it is I think because I love that plaid so much, and he has that navy hat on. I kind of like the green there. Just thinking I'd like a some sort of circle or something like that. I mean, I could do that for another color. I can always cut out of the middle, but I feel like that's kind of boring. So we'll see what else is there. Making memories that last a lifetime. Yes, his poor mother. That's what boys are for, though, right? Here's an orange, which I don't think works very well with that. And then that's a plain, just a plain red. This isn't really, well, there's kind of a little crosshatch pattern in that. And then there's the navy. So I'm liking that. I like the way the green pops off the top of the navy there. And then this is, I did say I wanted some sort of circular polka dot, but I think that this isn't like sports related or anything. And maybe if I go with the more tone on tones back there, I can use more of the stickers and that kind of stuff. So just kind of looking to see if there's anything that I missed here, and there is not. So I think that's the 3 papers that I will use. I think that's a good start there. And then I just want to have a quick look through the chipboard, just so that as I'm working through this, just to see if there's any ideas about anything else that might work here, like things I might want to use, I guess. So the first thing I did, actually it's on the other sheet. Whoops, where is that? Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's a little piece that says, "Here comes trouble." I'm going to go grab a piece of my wax paper, and then I'm just going to pop a couple of things onto that sheet, and that will just hold them. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you. So here comes trouble, which would be good. Here's making memories that last a lifetime. Oh, this is cute because it says all boy. So I was thinking my title would be Daredevil, which is how it, whoops, I did not get that one all the way out, but that's okay. I was thinking it might be, title would be Daredevil, but we'll see. I like this, life is one great adventure with you too. So that's a good start there. And then on this sheet, there's some really nice little words here, like, I just saw one that says discover. So that could be good. Boys are the best. Play. So there's lots of nice little icons and some stars and that kind of stuff. So that will be good. And then this is kind of nice. So both of these are also in here. In the stickers, and then also the this says boys rock too in a banner, which I could use as well. Right on is cute. Here's the making memories that last a lifetime. There's a nice scallop here. Now here's the one thing, yeah, and this is true. This is one thing I don't like about scallops on most of the sticker sheets. It's not 12 by 12, so you can't put it to go across, or if you do, you have to kind of hide it. So hey Tay girl, hey, thanks Cynthia. So I just did a Color Street manicure, which is and it's, I can tell I've got to refine it a little bit more. It's actually nail polish that comes on a little strip. It's not like, there was a company that used to do it, but that was more, it was more of a plastic. This is actual nail polish. So I just thought, you know, my nails are long right now. I'm going to do it while I can enjoy it, because hopefully I'm going to be back to work pretty soon. So thank you. You won't see this much, but for very long. But at least I can do it now. All right, and then let's look through these die cuts. These are the frames and tags. They also usually have a second pack that's called ephemera, but I think that one was a lot of very large phrases with less icons and that kind of stuff in it. I didn't buy it for a reason, and I think that was it. So, Snips and Snails and Puppy Dog Tales. This is cute. The Life is One Great Adventure with You. So that could be a good one to use. And That's My Boy. There's a lot of sports stuff in here too, so that's kind of nice. And I think one of the things I talked about with this collection when I did the live, what do I want to say, haul that had to be taken down. I talked about how I think it's good for both young boys and older boys, because there are things like race cars and that kind of stuff here as well. You know, basketballs and that kind of stuff. I don't know that I saw a soccer ball. I saw footballs and basketballs. So my oldest grandson plays soccer right now. Oh, and there's baseball too. So no soccer, but other things in there. And then this banner I could use as well too. So we'll just kind of put those over there. These kinds of things I like, so I'm going to put those over to the side. You guys can actually see that. This will be the background, so I'm going to take this and just cut it off right away, since I know that that's going to work. So I had a really lovely afternoon. I don't know if I said that. I might have started to say it. I actually saw my grandkids today at a social distance. Their parents needed some stuff that they couldn't get in the metro area that they live in. So I had found it here when I was grocery shopping earlier this week. So I ran it in and then took them some, also took them some little Easter treats. And then my granddaughter's birthday was 2 weeks ago during the beginning of our stay at home. So she did not get her birthday present. And, oh, there's the soccer balls. So that's nice to know that that's there. So I'm trying to think if I want to do that or not. I'm just feeling like this needs to be set off from the background, and I'm not finding the thing to do it. So I'm going to grab some white cardstock, believe it or not. That's crazy. That's what happens when I get, when I end up in my house for untold days, right? I heard Shamel talking about that. I think when I was watching one of her videos, I think it was one of her lives, but it's hard to remember because, you know, watching all the things. So anyway, so today was a good day that I got to see my grandkids for a little bit, and it was a beautiful day here for about half the day. It was nice and warm in the probably low 60s, which is a treat here if you live in Wisconsin at this time of year. And we're going to get rain tomorrow, and probably in my area a half an inch of snow on Monday. So yippee. Now my other thought is, do I cut out, yes, I am keeping busy. Do I cut out the blue paper so that I can get a blue mat around this? So I'm going to do this just to see how I like it. And I don't know that I love that. I could do a green mat. Oh, Sherry, I'm really jealous. In South Carolina, a little cool in the 60s. Yes, I think that is cool for you guys, isn't it? So now the question is, do I do a green layer on top? Oh my goodness, the decisions. This is one of those days. I'm a little tired because I didn't sleep very well last night, so it's taken me a little bit longer, I think, than it should. So I'm thinking, let's see, because that would need to go this way to put if I put a journaling card, and I think no to that. I think let's do it this way. So I'm just going to stop fooling around here. My ATG decided it's still going to. So the other thing I'm going to do tonight is make risotto for dinner. And I remembered to stop at the grocery store for the wine and forgot to get the chicken stock. So when I'm done doing this with you, I'm going to have to run back to the grocery store, which, as we well know, is not the best thing, but I'm really hungry for mushroom asparagus risotto, which is something I usually make every spring. Okay, I'm going to see if I can take this off here without damaging the paper. And I'll show you why if I can do it. Well, I would show you anyway, but fortunately, this is ATG, and if you get it pretty quickly and your paper's not too cheap, although this paper pack is not exactly the best paper, you can do what I'm doing, which is rub off your adhesive. But the reason I'm doing this, as you're getting to watch this exciting part of the video, is that it has a dark blue line on the top and a white line on the bottom, and to me that feels like the paper isn't really well balanced or being supported. Does that make any sense to anybody? So, hello from the UK, that's awesome. It's actually nighttime for you guys, right? Like, I think you're about 6 hours ahead of where I am. Like, I know it's nighttime for you, but I think it's like 10 o'clock. Although lately for me, because I'm not working, that is not my bedtime anymore. It should be, but it has not been. Okay, so actually, as I look at this, I kind of like the way this looks, and now this is way to this side. So, I'm not sure that that's what we're going to do. Unless I could find one of those really big cards to use here. So let's see. I do like that making memories to last a lifetime, but I think I like this Life is One Great Adventure with You even better. Let's see. Oh, here. I could just use that piece instead of the tag. So 10:30. Okay, thank you. So I was not far off because it's almost 4:30 here. So I thought I was doing my time conversion okay. I've done enough with Natalie from Scraptastic. Why can't I think of Scraptember? And I have to do that conversion often for UK time to here, so that helps. Okay, now, because I'm liking that, I'm thinking then what I could do is just pop this off on here. And because I love this green, I don't want to, get rid of it. What I'm going to, or use so much of it behind. Yeah, isn't that amazing, Cynthia? It seems like such a little thing, but it's a big deal when, you look at it and it's like, I always feel like, okay, am I being ridiculous? And obviously no. I guess first of all, it doesn't matter if I'm being ridiculous. It's my layout, right? But especially since I kind of knew why I wanted to do that. So I'm going to take my Memento Dewdrop ink in gray flannel here. I think these edges really need to be inked. This collection, even the papers that weren't part of the kit, is it's white, but it's not bright white. Well, you can see the bright white versus the other one. So it feels a little muted to me, like it needs a little help. So I'm going to just do that. It'll help define the edges, even though this is from the same collection. I talk about this often when you have papers from different collections. Shadowing the ink, shadowing the edge of your paper with the ink is usually a good idea, because that helps pull it all together. Hey Moira, good to see you here. Okay, so almost done with that, and I think I'm not going to do that white edge because I think that's popping off enough, and I'm doing this really to give it a shadow versus anything else. Now I also think I want some sort of edge on this, so bear with me for just a second. I'm going to go grab a punch, and I don't know which one yet. We'll see. Oh goodness. So I'm grabbing my postage stamp edge punch. This is my favorite embossed dot punch, and then my like bracket kind of punch. I don't know what you call this one. And I think this edge is a little bit too little here to use. And I use this punch all the time with his layouts, but he's so boy here with that hat turned backwards. And not that we can't do a scallop on a boy layout, but I'm not going to on this one in particular. So I'm just going to punch this edge. I do have a big like loopy punch that I'll sometimes use on boy layouts as well too. And this is an old Martha Stewart punch. That's where this one comes from. So then there we go. So let's see. Yesterday was the end of week 3 for me at home. And I've said a couple of times this week that I finally feel like I've settled into being at home. Week 1 was really hard. It was a lot of grieving, a lot of, is my business going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? And then, you know, kind of settled in. I'm a massage therapist, so my business is my relationship with my clients, and I have awesome clients. That really is not a question, but it is a little freaky when you're open one day and then the next day you're not. But so that was week 1, and then week 2 was about finding out everything I could find out on how to get help to do things like pay rent and my utilities and those things that aren't going to go away. And then this week, plus I was doing Calvin Ball, so I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, or scrapbooking those layouts. So I was kind of in my basement the whole time anyway. Scrapbooking, which was good because then I didn't have to think about things. So then this week has just been really good because I've sort of settled into a routine. I did a continuing education class. I started reading again. I love to read, but was having trouble concentrating. Still not for long periods, but I'm starting to read again. So I think that's, you know, good. I've talked to a lot of small business owners, and they've talked about, you know, some of the things that they're going through. So kind of, it seems all kind of normal to me. That's what people are going through. So, and worth it. You know, I have a sister who works at a hospital, so I'm doing everything I can to keep her and her colleagues safe. All right, so this is kind of picky to be inking this, but it will be worth it in the end. So that'll be fun. So next week I have another continuing ed class I want to do, and then we shall see what happens after that. Okay, so just trying to decide how far up I'm going to shift this. I think I want it to come up a little bit more. Ooh. I like to take things with my ATG when I bring it over because I, you know, leave extra paper and stuff over on my right hand over here. And my ATG always has extra adhesive on it that comes out. So yeah, thanks, Moira. I think it is a fun punch too. I think it's old because I don't even think I came from Michaels. I know that. I don't even think Michaels sells punches anymore. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had an emergency, a scrapbooking or crafting emergency this week in my house. So I did, oh, that's week 4, Moira. Wow. Yeah, I have nothing to complain about yet. Ours goes to right now in my state to the 24th, but Milwaukee, which is the largest metro area near me, will finally peak this week, and everything I've heard, it's about a month after peak that they're thinking things will probably normalize a little bit. So I've told people that if I'm back to work by Memorial Day in the US, which is the end of May, that I'll be happy. So we shall see what happens. So that's yowza. But Moira, you are still working, aren't you? Do I remember that you're having to work still because you work with food? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I remembered that, or at least you were working at one point when this all started. Okay, just gonna get this edge because I just trimmed that a little bit there. So anyway, I was telling you about my scrapbooking emergency. So I did the have you guys seen the happy hearts? Like you put them in your window, and then when kids walk by, they can search for happy hearts when they're doing their walks and that kind of stuff. So I did it, and I used my Cricut to cut out. I just went and bought cardstock at Walmart, which was like $5 for a pack of a lot. So anyway, so I did that, and then I went and cut them, and I went to do the next cut on my Cricut, and it wouldn't cut. And I thought that I had dulled my blade, tried to sharpen my blade, that didn't work, and realized that I think I have 2 mats that I think I wrecked in the process just because of all the cutting I did. And I've had them for a while. They cut a lot of vinyl at Christmas, so but there's no craft stores open in our area. So anyway, it was crazy. So okay, so Moira says that she is still working 3 days a week, and her nephew's working a lot more. That's right, your nephew owns the business. So wow. Oh, interesting. So Moira says in Canada that even essentials close on Sunday except for pharmacies and gas stations. That's kind of a nice break to give people. One of the things that I am really intent on doing is when I am in a store, be it a grocery store or if I have to run into the gas station, whatever, I always thank the people who are stocking shelves, the people who are helping me, whoever it is, because they're out there working and I'm staying home, and they're risking themselves at somehow. So I'm pretty intent on making sure I do that, and it always surprises me because they're always so surprised and say thank you. Oh, the larger grocery stores are yeah, I can't even imagine. Oh, and Sherry works at an elementary school. Yeah, I was just talking to my stepson and daughter-in-law that their kids aren't going to go back. They're pretty sure. They were going to have a shortened year anyway because they've got some construction going on. So they were supposed to be done May 15th. And our lockdown, even if it happened on April 24th, those kids aren't going to go back. So my first grade grandson is going to miss, quite a bit of his first grade year in school, but he's doing okay. All right, so we don't need this Life is One Great Adventure with You because we already have that. I do like this Here Comes Trouble, and that would be cute up here somewhere. So just crazy. I feel for all of you teachers, by the way. I can't even imagine what that was like to have to figure that all out on the fly. My sister-in-law is a teacher. So, okay, so I've got the 3 spots here kind of going. This may not stay because I really do think I want to do Daredevil on here. I think that's important because he is being a little Daredevil. And let me grab my thickers here and see if these work. Oh, they're a little bit... Okay, so color. Let's talk about color. Color have bases in them. So in this particular case, this red has an orangey color to it. This red has a blue color to it. And they kind of fight each other a little bit. So I'm going to try not to use this alphabet. I want something that works a little bit better with that. And this, by the way, is something else that I did get in my stash at my order where this came as well. I bought these alphas. These are the new Simple Stories color vibe in yellow. I bought them orange, green, red, and navy, I think. And I really needed yellow and orange. Well, need being an interesting term in scrapbooking. But what I mean by that was I didn't have a lot left in that color. Or even, I think yellow, I might not have even had any usable alphas left. Okay. So let's look and see what I have now. I'm going to pull these all out. Okay, so glitter, which is fine, and I have glittered stuff before on boy layouts, but I'm feeling like that's not the right answer. Okay, so that's a better orange. This is a really good one because this is a really orangey red. Let's see if we have enough to MacGyver here. I don't, because I don't have a P, which I could make into another D. So just because I have that other set. Yes, there are, oh, this is kind of fun too. Although this is glitter, let's see. Hi, I'm Kelly and I'm feeling indecisive. This is kind of a nice one. Let's see. And then there's that one, which is definitely an orangey red. And I have not been able to use this on any layouts because it's such a weird color. It's definitely like a cross between an orange and a red. All right. So Barbara, you started to say something, but we lost it. So I got you work at, hi. Grab these are chipboards, so I'm just gonna grab this, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna come off. So I'm going to take it off for now, and we'll see what happens. I do like this. I also probably need a little something to journal on somewhere. And I'm thinking maybe a label or something up here, because I really think it should go like this more than the way it's going right now. Or the way it was going. So let's look at that. And I'm happy to use this. This is the Homestead alphabet from American Crafts, and I don't know what collection this was from. I'm trying to be better about writing that down when I get them, but I forget. So did you guys, okay, so, oh, home insurance. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah, you totally could do that from home. So kind of, well, I don't know about best, but if you have to have something that's a little harder. Sorry guys, I'm putting my crazy hair in your way. So I'm looking at these, and the colors are not exactly the same between the two sheets. Oh well. The good news is I have enough of different letters in here to I think do this. That's just crazy. I've had that happen before though. Okay, so there we go. So Daredevil, I could do like little, like L-I-L, but then I'd be using all my L's, and I don't feel like it. Not today. Okay, so I think that's okay so far. Let's grab my labels. So what I started to say, oh yeah, text, that's awesome, is did you catch the Mini Kit Monday kit reveal that I did on Monday? So I started working with the Mini Kit Monday group for the month of April, which is really fun. And so I have 3 layouts I need to do for the month of April. Spoiler alert though, I will be doing more than that. I think I have made 6 so far, maybe, as my voice goes up to an octave that even dogs couldn't hear. Anyway, I think it's 6. So what I'm going to do is just go beyond where wherever I end up, however many I make. So that'll be kind of fun. It's fun for me anyway. I do pull kits together kind of most of the time. You know, I'll pull papers that look okay to me, like in a collection, and some embellishments and that kind of stuff. So like mini kits. I'm going to see if I can pick up on that green. But I've only worked with the True kit a couple of times. So this is just a fun little, okay, so that's a green, but it is definitely not this green. So that is not my favorite. Just gonna see if I can find something with an olivey green in it. Oh, I forgot about this. because I pulled it out. So this is the sticker book that goes with this collection. And one of the things I was just thinking is I need smaller pieces. There we go. So that's where we're going to get those from. Now, let's also hope they have like some sort of, there'll be something that I can use up there. So I will, I do like the You're on a Roll. That Here Comes Trouble sticker is in here again too. So adventure awaits. Isn't that the truth? So there's some speech bubbles there. Not so much a fan of the speech bubble thing itself, but then I just will hide. So maybe I can do navy there. And I'm really, phrase stickers like this used to be my kryptonite, one of my kryptonites that I couldn't use them. I use them all the time now, which is awesome. It looks like they do. These stickers actually repeat so that you get 2 of everything. Okay, so that's not quite what I was wanting. Just looking to see if I can think of something. I'm going to go into my Ellie Studio cards and see if I can get that. For some reason, I think it needs to be green because of all the red in here. Ooh, and I just found something that might work. And then I flipped past it. His mother probably wouldn't appreciate it if I did that card that said yes. I'm thinking maybe this, what I'm looking for does not exist. However, if I did it in something else, like made my own, gosh knows I have a bunch of washi. So let me grab the washi and see if I can do something with that, if we can get that green in here anywhere. And or maybe then I will have to give up if it's not working. So that's a little bit too springy, but I think this could work. It's really the green of that other color, but okay, so let's move these back around. That is one thing. I love Echo Park, but I find that they a lot of times don't have enough things to journal on. And true, I could write on that. I could write here at the bottom as well. So maybe that's an option because I think this is going to be too white. The more I think about this, it is. But here's my next thought. Look at these nails, and I still can't get the washi off. I did take a picture of my nails today after I did them because, you know, that was very exciting. And I hope I never to see them again until I'm retired. By that I mean I don't ever want to not be working so I can grow nails like I have at the moment. Okay, so probably should get this glued down. This is a Bella Boulevard washi tape, by the way. Almost done. I'm almost done with this roll, and I have a yellow roll too that I'm almost done with, but that roll I have a backup of. Bella Boulevard used to be produced in the Milwaukee area until Stephanie, who owns it and designs it, she had a brain tumor actually. And so now she still is designing it, but Doodlebug is producing it. So we don't see the fantastic sales that we used to once a year. Or we won't be anyway. They would do it at a local scrapbook store where they do a sale, and then you could buy stuff at really great prices, and always something that I enjoyed doing. And then you got to see her and tell her how fantastic her products were too. All right. So I'm just using this to get really the pop of green up here. But I want it in more than one area, otherwise it's going to look weird. And I need to adjust this because it's not quite straight. goodness. So what is everyone having for Easter dinner tomorrow if you're celebrating? For me, I love ham. It's one of my favorite things. So I just bought a big slice of ham, and then I'm going to make asparagus. And if I make enough risotto, maybe have leftover risotto, but I'm thinking baked potatoes instead because that's like a treat for me. So that's what I'm thinking for tomorrow. Just gonna pop that out like that. And then I think I want this to come down. Now, here's the other thing. I want a little bit of this showing over here because in each of the areas of embellishment, I want to be able to see that. Oh my gosh, my slang lately. Anyway, I want to be able to see just a little hint of it, even if you can't see a ton of it. This tape is not very sticky anymore either. This is older. It's a product that they had for quite a while. So there's just a tiny little hint of it right here, maybe a little bit too tiny. And my beloved I have beloved tweezers, and I have beloved Memento Dewdrop ink in gray flannel. Which, by the way, Moira, I have saved the Stampin' Up! Color that you told me about in my phone so that when I need it, I can look it up and order it. Because it'll happen. I can't be without gray ink. That would be sad. So I was telling you guys, by the way, about my little scrapbook emergency where I wrecked my mat, and I ordered some off of Amazon to come like the next day. And after it was in my cart and processed, it said it's not coming till the 18th. And I was like, what? I've been trying to, I have some Paige Evans cut files that she did for the pandemic that I've been wanting to cut to start scrapbooking about it. Now, really, hashtag first world problems, right? So I ended up doing it, and I thought, well, I'll just have to deal with it. And then I was at Walmart today picking up the wine, and I ended up finding a mat there, and it had told me that they didn't have any, so that was a little crazy. But anyway, okay, so all right, so risotto, pretty simple. It's the arborio rice. I do chicken stock, white wine, and something I would drink because I usually am drinking it as I'm cooking it as well. And so tonight it'll be Pinot Grigio, which is what I end up usually using anyway. And then for me, my favorite is asparagus with cremini mushrooms, but I couldn't get the cremini mushrooms because the store was all out of them, as some of them are right now. So I'm going to do just a good white mushroom. And so then, the other thing I add is a really good Parmesan cheese as well too at the end. So that's kind of it. It's simple, but cook it slow and long. So hello Harmony, nice that you're joining us. And the sticker book is the Echo Park All Boy sticker book. It's the Echo Park's newest boy line. And so it's big. There's 16 pages, but they repeat. So there's actually, I think, 8 pages, it looked like to me, of stickers. Is that right? Let me look. Oh, yeah. I think about 8 pages is what it is. Let's see. That's what it is. Okay, so Be Brave. Got the Daredevil there. I probably want a little something here. It'd be nice if we had some sort of little icon. And this needs some red up here. So, oh, I see a little sticker that I need to put on here. It says you did it. Which, oh, although you know what? They're not cut right on this page. I'm going to see, this whole page is not cut properly. I'm going to have a little conversation with scrapbook.com about it. Because if I take this sticker off, I only get that much of it. So the page is off. And I think there's only one page. Yeah, the whole first page in my book is off. So kind of watch that if you buy this. I'm hoping that the You Did It one on this side is good. Yep, it's just that one page. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'll put this down so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm trying to decide, do I want it here or do I want it over here? I think we're going to do it here. So I'm going to put it on the page, but when I'm done, I actually will go back and I'll add my Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, Scotch Tacky Glue. I think that's the, I can never remember. So, hey Renee, good to see you. Yeah, that is a little bit of a bummer, Harmony, but I'll just call scrapbook.com and see what they'll do about it. I think the book was $9.99, so it's a really good deal. So, thank you. That's a high compliment that that's a perfect risotto from an Italian. Yeah, I just like it simple and cooked slow. I have a really close friend. My friend who passed away was a really, really good cook, and she used to make risotto all the time. And so I always say to people, I learned at her feet to make risotto, just the basic risotto. And then after that, I kind of do what I want, depending on what I have. But my favorite is really just mushrooms and asparagus. Simple, simple, simple. All right, so I'm looking for my stars, and my stars are in my kit. My Mini Kit Monday kit. So I'm going to grab them. So this is how I'm storing my kit. It's just a recollections container, and I was lucky enough to get these before they stopped making the trays inserts, so I have stuff in there, but I couldn't close this when I first put this in here, and now I've used so much paper that I can definitely close it with no problem. So I'm going to grab my stars and hope that I've got enough in there to pull something together, which I will. Make it work, right? That has been one good thing is, thanks, Murray. That is the most delicious risotto when it's simple. Okay. Oh, Cynthia, you guys haven't been anywhere for 4 weeks. Wow. So, yeah, I think they will replace it too, Harmony. Talking to you guys a lot, you know, all of you at one time. Yeah, that's tough, but staying home is the best. I'm a little concerned about my sister right now. But she works at a big hospital in Milwaukee. So she is a nurse, but she's been in training for many years. So her job right now is to train the nurses from an orthopedic floor who are going to end up in an ICU. So, and then if it gets bad here, she will probably be mandated to an ICU, but it doesn't look like it. I'm also a little concerned because she doesn't feel great right now. We're just hoping it's something kind of normal. So anyway. Oh, Harmony, isn't that awful? You know, I actually saw in my area this week for the first time, I saw, actually this one needs to come over here, toilet paper in the regular grocery store I would go to. Walmart has had it in my area for quite a while, but I saw it in my regular grocery store. I got Clorox wipes this week, just one, for my daughter-in-law with all the kids and the grandma. And then I also saw hand sanitizer and soap too, so things are looking much better here. So okay, looking to see if maybe, so this blue isn't exact, but doesn't always need to be. I'm just going to see if I like it on here, to see if I like the pop or if I think that it's too, it draws too much attention away. I think sometimes it's nice to add something that's not exactly the same color family, and that's what I'm kind of thinking here. I was originally going to go with red stars, but I think there's plenty of red on here already. Harmony, where do you live? So, just since she's saying that they haven't seen any of those products, I think everybody needs to go back to work and then we'll have a problem. Ah, okay. We've been really lucky here. Plus, honestly, in some ways, we don't live that far from Chicago, so I think we get product because of that as well. Okay, so I'm thinking I like those. And what have I not done? What did I say I needed to do? And I still haven't done it. I still don't have any place to journal. So I think what's going to end up happening is I'll journal just along in here, because I need somewhere to do it, and I was originally thinking about adding that speech bubble down here, and I forgot about it. Now the other thing is it's looking a little plain up in here for me, so I'm thinking about coming back in here to one of those like phrase stickers, something like that. This way you guys get to really see this. And then Rough and Tumble. He's not really rough and tumble yet. He's getting there, though. I do like the Yours Super Cool. I think it's too much of a contrast here. It's calling a little bit too much. Oh, there's a Discover, though. And I think I said I was thinking about using Discover. So then what I'll probably do is just add this one up here. And then I kind of think of this all as one big cluster. And this one feels like it's going on up there, but I'm not quite sure. Same thing there too. All right. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting a little crazy with the scattering here. And then I did grab enamel dots because I thought that might be another nice little kind of texture to add in here. So these are from Elle's Studio. This was Live, Laugh, Love. How do I remember those things? This is from 2017, and I remember what collection that was, but I can't remember to get the chicken stock at the, so something to the right of the arrow. And you know, it's funny because there's nothing there. I'd almost have to, I think I need something bigger if I was going to do that. And I think it's going to get a little cluttered, just personally for me. But yeah, you could. Like, if I had another paper, so here's a kind of a thought. If I had another paper that I wanted to use, it would be kind of fun to run that paper like from here, like maybe move this over a little bit, and you could run that paper here, and that would take up more of that space there. I think I'm going to let this just breathe here, and I know it's pretty weighted on this side. I know what I need up here. I need something red up here too. So before I do the enamel dots, I'll see if I can find something red. There's a happy day sticker here. It wasn't his mama's happy day, but he was happy. So maybe we'll get that stuck in there. This needed just a little bit of something here. But yeah, that'd be a fun way to do that. I think for me, it's starting to get a little crowded here, so I'm not going to add anything more. And this, if this wasn't so stuck down, I'd drop that a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it. I think I'll make more of a mess than anything if I try to move that around. Now I'm happy. Remember I just said I needed like red enamel dots? Well, I think just putting this red up here, that's what I was looking for. I needed a little bit of red. So, okay, so Barbara says she's been home for 4 weeks today. And Cynthia just had flowers delivered. Oh my gosh, how cool. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, Cynthia, so now you have to spell who are the flowers from. That's the most important thing. Just teasing. Well, that is just really sweet. Oh my gosh. Angela did this. So Angela said that her daughter works at Joann's in Arizona, and her boss came and said they needed to leave immediately and didn't say why. So one of the things that I know is that our Joann's here were open until the Joann's in my town actually was open last weekend. And then they were doing pickup up until Tuesday, and then they got closed. So I wonder if that's something that happened across the country. How scary. And by the way, Angela, my mom lives in Green Valley. So if you've been to visit your daughter, you may know where that is. It's just south of where your daughter lives, if you don't. I often go to Tucson when I'm visiting her. So anyway, so I wonder if that's what happened, if they just decided to close the Joann's all over the place. Scary though if you're somebody who was there. So okay, so wow, huh? That's really interesting. So that's crazy, and then we have Cynthia with her lovely flowers. That would just be frightening. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about this now. Just those little pops of the tiny little enamel dots, or mostly tiny little enamel dots, I think helped a little bit too, just scattering a little bit of extra something across. So, all right. Wow, crazy. And most of the clients had to leave without paying. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, you live in Sarita. I love Sarita. As a matter of fact, I loved it when, I can't remember the name of the really good Mexican restaurant that was up. It's in Old Town Tucson, and they had a place in Sarita for a while that made carne seca. Sorry, you guys, if this is offside, but Angela may know what I'm talking about. The best tacos ever. And I always tell people, I'm not a vegetarian. I don't eat a ton of meat, but I dream about those tacos. So anyway, that's kind of a nice thing. But yeah, oh my gosh, Angela, that's really scary for all of you. So hopefully it was just that they were closed the stores nationwide and didn't do it very artfully and in a really scary way. So that's frightening. So that's scary, but Cynthia got flowers delivered, which I think it's so funny. Yeah, that whole we're not kind of dressed the way we normally are. And by the way, guys, I've got makeup on today because I ran in and thought I would just put some makeup on because I've run and, you know, my stepkids certainly have seen me without makeup, but I just thought, you know, I need to put some makeup on because I haven't. So anyway, so I've got makeup on. Okay, so since Cynthia's husband sent them to her, oh, even though he's been crabby, that's an awfully good guy. I think you should keep him, okay? That's really, really sweet. And now the best part you have to tell your husband is he did it while you were watching a live and 34 other people know about the fact that he sent flowers. So my former husband always used to send them to me at, well, when he sent them to me, he always sent them to me at work because then everybody else can admire your flowers. He was very smart about that whole thing. So tell your husband he did a really good job. So anyway, so yeah, thanks you guys. I seem to have gotten a little bit of, I think this is adhesive here. So I am going to grab, hopefully, maybe not. Let me run across so you guys can actually see that, right? I have a gum eraser, but I might have left it in my crop bag. So I'll grab my gum eraser because it'll take this right off there and won't leave a mark on the paper. It's just it's like a rubber eraser is what it looks like. And Virginia, Victoria Marie was talking about it on her live yesterday. So anyway, thanks you guys for the love of the layer. I think it's really done, other than me gluing this down and then writing some journaling right below here. Just a little line about him giving his mama gray hair, and then the date, which of course I forgot to look at that on the back of the photo. I think it was the 23rd of October, but we'll see. So somebody asked me earlier, by the way, what I was going to do when I finished with scrapbooking all of my photos. So I have to show you guys how many photos I have left to scrapbook. This is how I store them. Let me see if you can actually see them. So this one has about, this is my grandkids. This one is about half full. These two are about a third full. I'm finishing, these are pictures of my great nephew from 2018. So I probably have about, what did I decide? I think I have about 7 or 8 more layouts to do, this being one of them, of him. And then everything from 2019 will be scrapped. And then this is what I have to do. At the rate I scrapped the first week, I really was kind of worried I was going to run out of photos. But I won't, because I have all of, like, I've got old photos of my dad's to scrapbook. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those yet, whether I'm going to actually scrapbook the actual photo or whether I'll scan it, but that's something to think about. But even more importantly, I have everything to scrapbook for me that was pre-digital yet. And that is about 2005 for me. I've done most of my childhood photos in an album, and so that's done. But so everything from like high school beyond that, I still have to do in scrapbook. So I won't run out. And now today, like my daughter-in-law's dad hid the Easter eggs for the kids. So they had an Easter egg hunt. So I think I have 6 or 7 photographs from that. When I was there, they were out running around and re-hiding the eggs. So I took them that. I took photos of that. My granddaughter opened her birthday present, which was a baby stroller for her baby that I got her for Christmas, actually, and a couple of other things. So I have photos of that. And then they all sat down right as I was getting ready to leave. They sat down and had a little picnic. So I'm getting photographs from them to scrapbook all the time, too. So I will not run out, I promise. So Harmony says she scrapped the originals but adhered them with clear photo corners. Oh, that's a great idea. And I own clear photo corners because that's what I do when I have like maps or brochures, is I adhere them with clear photo corners. That's a great idea. I might actually do it that way. That because it seems kind of, for me, if I've got the photo, I would really love to make sure it's preserved that way. And then that way too, the journaling can be there, even if I really don't know what it is, right? I don't know like necessarily what was going on. At least I can say, you know, this is Tom, or which is what my dad's name was, you know, that kind of stuff. So I think, and I then know that they're preserved somewhere, that they're not floating around in a box somewhere, because that's what's going on. My mom's mom passed away 6.5 years ago, and I have all the photo albums because I was going to scan photos of my mom just so I could scrapbook them and then just kind of hold on to them. Yeah, I still have them and they're still sitting in a box. And I don't have kids. So I don't have kids to inherit them. I don't know if any of my nephews would even want them. So one of the things I might do is work on getting those scanned. And actually, you can do it with the Pick Frame app. You can just scan them really easily versus having to take them off and putting them in a scanner. And then you can, then you don't have to worry about taking them out of the photo album. So that's a good way to do that too. So I may do that. So June just asked if I was still going to use the all boy title. I don't think so. I think I have, if this was just a plain banner, I probably would use it, and I would probably put it, or I might put it up here. I don't know. I'd consider it. But because it's more words, I think I have a lot of words on here already. And that is one of my kind of pet peeves right now with scrapbook collections. There's a lot of words, and I'd like to see more like icons, I guess. Just in general. So I don't know. That's my thing. Like I would love to see, like, I don't know, chipboard arrows and that kind of stuff, more of that. And it seems we've kind of gone past that. So anyway. Okay, so June says, thanks, June. In Australia, they are on level 3 lockdown. So that's interesting to know that you guys are there now too. Because I have a friend who works in Australia. She actually works, she's based here, but she goes to Australia a couple times a year, and she was actually there 3 weeks ago and thought that she was going to get stuck in the country for a little while. She did not. She got home, but they made her come home. She wasn't supposed to, I don't think she was supposed to come home until this week originally, but her company made her come home. Anyway, so, oh, a handheld scanner. That's an idea too, to do it that way. So I'll have to kind of explore that, but I think that's what I need to do. And then I have 2 cousins who are young enough to be my children, actually, because they're both younger than my stepson. And they and their family, they're very big into history and that family history and that kind of stuff. And they both have children. So I'm thinking that what I would like to do is scan anything that my mom is in, or things with my grandparents when they were younger, and then pass those along. So anyway, so, oh, and Harmony's right about that. The fires first in Australia, and then now the virus. It's been a tough year. I said was talking to a really good friend that I think for a lot of people, 2019 was a tough year. Just stuff going on in families and that kind of stuff. It just kept happening and happening to people I know. And for me, it wasn't anything that happened to me, but there was some stuff going on in my extended family that was a little heartbreaking. And so I said, okay, on New Year's Eve, okay, this is good. It's all over. We're on to the new year. And then it slapped us in the face. So anyway. So. All right, so Angela's got to go because her husband's going to work. Oh my gosh. Well, thank him in all seriousness. That's pretty awesome. So, oh, I will save that, Angela. That's pretty awesome. So I will write that down as I'm talking to you and telling you I'm going to do that. So that would be very cool because we will be very close to each other. So I'm not planning on going to Arizona for a while. I was originally hoping to go in for my mom's birthday this year in the fall, but with this going on, I'm not quite sure because I'm probably not gonna work for probably at least 6 weeks, I'm guessing. So we'll see. Anyway, but that's cool. All right. Oh no, Carol, her one little word for 2020 was wellness, and she blew that. Yeah, mine was open, or mine is open. And yeah, that certainly, I'm having to be open in ways I did not expect to, which I thought was pretty funny. So anyway, all right, you guys. Hey, it's been great talking to you and just hearing from different perspectives on life where you are too. I always like to know that because I feel like you're my buddies, most definitely. So it's cool to hear and sometimes really sad, hear what's going on and how all of this is affecting you. And so, yeah, no kidding, Harmony. I'm having to be very open-minded right now. So anyway, but I just, thank you for joining me. And who knows? I'm by myself tomorrow, so maybe I'll hop on tomorrow afternoon while I'm hopefully cutting stuff on my new Cricut mat. We'll see. I have a new blade and a new mat. So otherwise, you guys, if I don't see you, really seriously, have a great Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter and you celebrate Passover, I hope you had a good Passover. And if that's not, and if either of those, if you don't celebrate either of those, just have an awesome rest of your day and an awesome Sunday, you guys. And thanks, you guys. I'm watching you all saying goodbye, so thanks, you guys. That's really cool. And Nancy, it'll be up in just a minute so that you can start back at least. And happy Easter to you guys all. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for helping distract me, as a matter of fact, too. So bye, guys.